The boy merely used the simplest chi step, yet it left everyone present utterly stunned. Although he hadn't learned the chi step yet, but in an instant he surpassed the fastest, Durant. What a terrifyingly apt application of power. Yet only Celia knew that it wasn't a chi step at all. It was the legendary Phoenix step. It was some time after Leo had entered the academy. He was dining with Carl at that moment. And just then, Durant slammed his utensils onto the table. Student council representative, were your words in yesterday's speech serious? I don't think I know you. I am the central chief representative. You don't even know who I am. Ignoring this, Durant calmly began gathering mana. In the next moment, he saw his dining table flip over with one kick. Seeing this, Leo didn't hesitate for a moment, leaping into the air. In that instant, he assembled a double patty burger. We must not waste precious food. Hearing this, Durant flew into a rage. I'll pull you down from that spot right now. At that moment, a figure slowly appeared behind them. Let me see. One is the central chief representative, and one is the freshman representative. When did fighting start to be allowed at Lumiel Academy? This means you both accepted the consequences, right? Scene shifts. It is now class time for Night Zero moment, and a student nearby is curious. Professor, it is already class time. Where is Leo? Just then, Leo and Durant appeared before everyone, panting heavily. Seeing this, Celia was quite puzzled. Fulio, what is all this about? Nothing, just a little matter. A moment later, Professor Ein began the class. I am Ina Lando, in charge of the first year night class. As everyone knows, mana gave birth to 3 powers, mana power, spiritual power, and chi, among which chi is the most difficult to control. Does anyone know why? At this moment, Celia explained slowly. Because chi loses the flow of mana in the process of transformation. Correct. Mana power and spiritual power use mana in its natural state, while chi is processed after being absorbed into the body. In that case, how do we use chi fields? Isn't it just that it appears whenever we want to use it? Just then, Leo slowly explained. We use chi fields by burning mana, correct. And do you know what is most important when burning mana? It is stamina. Hearing this, Ein was somewhat shocked. Leo, your answer is truly surprising. Did you specifically study the knowledge of chi fields? To this, Leo replied that he hadn't studied it before. Could he actually have seen through the essence of chi fields? Then let's end the theoretical class here. Next, let's warm up our bodies. In the next second, 80 suddenly floated in the air. This is the essence of chi. The principle is to concentrate the power of the chi field on the legs, and the applications of chi fields are endless. Everyone was trying out different uses for chi fields at the moment. Celia quickly mastered the chi arts. How about it? Want me to teach you? But Leo declined, because the principles of chi field applications are all similar. Just then, Professor Ein suddenly shouted to everyone. As everyone knows, there was a bit of chaos this morning. Durant and Leo, please step forward. And he was very curious. Durant, what made you so angry? I wasn't angry. Next, please both stand on the running track. Then Professor Ein shouted to everyone, Central Chief Representative Durant and Freshman Representative Leo will have a one-on-one running race, vying for the title of Grade Representative, and you are allowed to use chi fields during this race. Hearing this, Durant felt incredibly shocked. A moment later, Carl invited everyone to place bets. From the genius of the Golden Morai Duchy, master of the lightning chi field, possessing hero lineage Durant, versus the dark horse from the borderlands, Leo, who defeated the chief to become the freshman representative. At this moment, everyone began discussing. Judging from his conversation with Celia, he doesn't even know the chi step. The chief representative of the headquarters area is not something anyone can achieve. Perhaps his strength is truly remarkable. At this time, Ein slowly spoke. Whether you win or lose, you must accept the result of the race. This is the true spirit of chivalry. The one who enters the finish line first wins. And Celia knew deep down, Leo has no chance of winning. But this guy always exceeds our expectations. Accompanied by Ein's command. In the next second, both of them quickly ran forward, and Durant instantly pulled ahead of Leo by a considerable distance relying on his chi step. As for Leo, he couldn't even use the chi step. Everyone present began to mock him. With this level of strength, how did he become the freshman representative? Yet Chelsea, for the first time, was cheering for Leo. Meanwhile, just as Durant was about to approach the finish line, Leo suddenly stopped in his tracks, and then turned and ran towards the stands. Seeing this, Celia was very shocked. What on earth is this guy trying to do? In the next second, Leo concentrated his chi field onto his legs, and then quickly ran towards the upper levels of the stands. After confirming the distance, suddenly Leo exerted strength with both legs. Accompanied by a loud boom, Leo flew forward at lightning speed. I'm taking the shortcut, you dawdler. Then Leo landed smoothly on the ground. Thus, in Durant's shocked gaze, Leo arrived at the finish line.